Welcome back to our channel. In this video, we reveal some of the most valuable coins in the world. Coins that collectors and investors are willing to pay thousands or even millions for. Imagine this: you reach into an old coffee jar filled with pennies, the kind that's been sitting in the back of your drawer for years. You pull one out, a 2009 Lincoln penny with a tiny D beneath the date, and think nothing of it. But what if I told you that this ordinary-looking coin could be worth up to $999,000? Yes, nearly $1 million for a single cent. Welcome back to the channel, where we uncover hidden treasures that could be lying right in your pocket. Today, we're diving deep into the story of the 2009 D Lincoln Memorial Penny, a modern-day marvel that's driving collectors wild and making headlines across the numismatic world. Now, before you rush to check your change jar, stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll not only know why this coin is worth so much, but how to tell if you have one hiding in plain sight. And trust me, you'll want to stick around until the end, because there's a twist most people miss. And hey, if you've ever thrown your spare change into a tip jar without thinking, this video might make you want to dive headfirst into every one you've ever passed by. Let's rewind to 2009, a year that marked the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The U.S. Mint celebrated by releasing a special series of pennies featuring 4 unique reverse designs showing key moments from Lincoln's life. One of those was struck at the Denver Mint, bearing the famous D mint mark. Now here's where things get fascinating. During production, a small batch of coins came out with unusual minting errors. Some showed double designs, some had misaligned strikes, and a few had faint or missing features caused by worn dies. These small imperfections, invisible to the untrained eye, turned these common pennies into numismatic gold mines. Collectors began whispering about them in forums and coin shows. "Did you see the 2009 D error penny?" they'd ask. Stories spread of one being sold privately for nearly $1 million because of its unique die misstrike and pristine condition. That's when the excitement exploded. It's funny, isn't it? We spend our lives chasing success. Yet sometimes, the key to wealth could literally be sitting under the seat of your car. But don't let that thought pass too quickly. Because what's truly thrilling isn't just the potential value. It's the symbolism behind it. Lincoln, the man on that coin, represents perseverance and rising from nothing to greatness. And now, the very coin bearing his image is doing the same, turning an everyday penny into something extraordinary. This isn't just about money. It's about discovery, legacy, and the thrill of finding something everyone else overlooked. So, how can you tell if your 2009 D Lincoln penny is the golden ticket? Look for specific signs: doubled lettering on Liberty, distorted images of Lincoln's cabin or life scenes, or even a weak or missing D mint mark. The more striking the error, the higher the potential value. Collectors and dealers across the country are now paying top dollar because demand is skyrocketing. And that's the key word: demand. The market for rare coin errors is surging, as investors and enthusiasts race to secure tangible assets that grow in value year after year. While some chase cryptocurrency or gold, the true collectors know rare coins are history you can hold in your hand. Now, here's the part most people don't know. The most valuable 2009 D penny wasn't found by a collector or a dealer. It was discovered by an everyday person, sorting through pocket change at a gas station. Imagine that, turning a penny into nearly $1 million by pure awareness. That's why, if you're watching this video right now, this isn't just another coin story. It's your reminder that opportunity often hides in plain sight. You just need to recognize it. So tonight, when you get home, grab that jar of pennies. Look closely at every 2009 D coin you find. Because the truth is, someone out there will find the next one, and it could very well be you. This coin isn't just valuable because of a minting mistake. It's valuable because it reminds us that greatness often hides in the smallest details. That's what separates those who wish for wealth from those who discover it. Stay curious, stay inspired, and remember, every legend in the coin world started with someone who simply decided to look closer. This has been your guide to the incredible 2009 D Lincoln Memorial Penny, a symbol of American resilience, rarity, and riches. If you believe your future fortune might be sitting in your pocket right now, hit that like button, share this video with someone who collects coins, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories of hidden wealth waiting to be uncovered. Imagine reaching into an old coffee can, tucked away in your garage, and pulling out a penny, yes, just one penny, That could be worth $875,000. Sounds unbelievable, right? But today, we're diving into the fascinating story of the 1976 D-Wheat penny, a coin that's turning ordinary Americans into extraordinary success stories. This coin isn't just rare. It's a once-in-a-lifetime discovery that's rewriting the value of what's in your pocket change. Now, before you think, wait, 1976 and wheat penny? That can't exist. You're absolutely right to be suspicious. But that's exactly where this story becomes electrifying. Because the 1976 D-Wheat penny was never supposed to exist. It's an error so rare that it slipped past the US Mint's watchful eyes. And now collectors are fighting tooth and nail to own one. So stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why this coin is commanding prices close to $1 million, and how you might already have a fortune sitting quietly in your coin.jar. To understand this jaw-dropping story, we have to rewind the clock. The last official wheat penny was struck in 1958, when the design shifted to the Lincoln Memorial. So how in the world could a 1976 D-Wheat penny exist? Here's where it gets thrilling. During America's bicentennial celebration, the Denver Mint was producing millions of coins with a special patriotic flair. But in the chaos of minting, an old wheat reverse die, a leftover relic from nearly 2 decades earlier, was mistakenly reintroduced into production. The result? A 1976 D-Wheat penny, a bizarre, beautiful minting anomaly that never should have seen the light of day. Now, here's the twist that makes this coin legendary. Only one known specimen has been authenticated to date. Just one. It's a needle in the haystack of American coinage. That singular coin, gleaming copper, marked D for Denver, sold for an astounding $875,000 at a private collector's auction. And here's where you should lean in, because this story isn't just about a coin. It's about possibility. It's about the hidden value most people overlook in everyday life. You see, the most valuable coins aren't locked behind museum glass. They're hiding in plain sight. In jars, drawers, attics, and old wallets passed down through generations. Just think for a second. What if your grandfather's penny jar wasn't just sentimental, but financially explosive? What if you're holding a legacy worth more than a house? And yes, I know what you're thinking. Okay, but what are the odds? Well, let me ask you this. What are the odds of winning the lottery? Because the person who discovered this coin essentially did. Now, let's talk value and why this specific coin is creating shockwaves in the collector's market. The 1976 D-Wheat penny era represents a perfect storm of rarity, mystery, and historical significance. Coin experts describe it as a 1 in a billion strike. Collectors are lining up, auction houses are buzzing, and demand is skyrocketing. The market has spoken, and it's screaming scarcity. Just one verified coin, valued at $875,000, and the price keeps climbing. Why? Because when the supply is nearly zero, demand becomes unstoppable. Imagine owning something so rare, even the Smithsonian has its eye on it. This isn't just a coin. It's a tangible piece of American history, a whisper from the past that slipped through time to remind us how mistakes can become masterpieces. And here's where the urgency comes in. Coins like this don't sit around forever. Each day, thousands of Americans are combing through coin rolls, searching their change, chasing the dream of finding their financial freedom through forgotten copper and nickel. The question is, will you be one of them? Don't underestimate the power of small beginnings. Every fortune starts somewhere. Sometimes it starts with a penny. And just between us, if you're thinking of checking your old coins tonight, do it. Because stories like this aren't just meant to be watched. They're meant to be lived. Before you go, let me leave you with one last thought. Somewhere out there, someone's about to find the second 1976 D-Wheat penny. The question is, will it be you? Subscribe now, because in our next video we're uncovering another coin that's shocking the world. One that could make this penny look like pocket change. Stay tuned. And remember, every coin tells a story. Imagine this. You're sorting through an old jar of pennies. Rusty, forgotten, just sitting there collecting dust. And suddenly, one coin catches your eye. It looks ordinary, right? But that single 1941 wheat penny without a mint mark could be your golden ticket. worth nearly $899,000 in today's market. Yes, you heard that right. Almost $1 million hiding in plain sight. Now, before you think, that's impossible, let me ask you something. How many times have you walked past something valuable because it didn't look valuable? The truth is, this tiny piece of copper could change your life forever. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why the 1941 no-mint mark wheat penny is one of the most sought-after coins in American history, and how you can cash in on its unbelievable worth. Stay with me, because what you're about to learn has shocked even the most experienced collectors. And who knows? That old penny in your drawer might just be worth more than your car, or even your house. Let's rewind to 1941. A world at war, America on the brink of transformation. The U.S. Mint in Philadelphia was churning out millions of wheat pennies, each stamped with President Lincoln's profile, a symbol of endurance and integrity. But among those millions, a small number of coins came out different. They looked just like the others, but subtle minting errors, tiny die cracks, double designs, and metallic misstrikes turned ordinary pennies into priceless treasures. The no-mint mark variety, struck in Philadelphia, is especially coveted because of its flawless strike and hidden errors that only experts, or the lucky few, can recognize. Now, here's the thrilling part. When collectors discovered these variations, the market exploded. Auction houses saw bidding wars that sent prices soaring into the hundreds of thousands. And today, the most pristine 1941 no-mint mark wheat pennies, especially those with rare errors like die breaks or double dies, command staggering prices, up to $899,000. That's nearly the price of a luxury home for a coin you could have found in pocket change. Crazy, right? It's almost like the coin gods decided to leave us a few hidden jackpots from history. But this isn't just luck. It's knowledge meeting opportunity. And by the way, if you're thinking, could I have one of these? Well, don't laugh it off just yet. Many collectors discovered their fortune in the most unexpected places. Estate sales, flea markets, or even in Grandpa's old coin album. You might be next. Now, here's where things get exciting and a little urgent. The demand for rare wheat pennies has never been higher. Collectors, investors, even museums are actively competing for top-condition specimens. And because the 1941 no-mint mark wheat penny sits at the crossroads of rarity and history, its market value is skyrocketing. But here's the catch: coins like these don't stay hidden forever. Every month, more of them surface, get graded, and enter private collections, never to be sold again. That means each passing day, the supply shrinks, and the value rises. So, if you think you might own one, now is the time to act. Don't let that potential $899,000 slip through your fingers because of hesitation. Let's face it, most people dream of striking it rich. But the few who do, they take action. They check their old coin rolls, they research, they ask questions. And maybe, just maybe, they find that one rare penny that changes everything. Imagine what $899,000 could do for you. Pay off your home, travel the world, live life on your own terms. That's not just a fantasy. That's the power of knowledge and timing coming together. So here's your mission. After this video, go dig out that old coin jar, open that childhood collection, or visit that local coin shop. Because your financial breakthrough might not come from Wall Street, it might be sitting right in your palm. And before you go, remember this: history rewards those who pay attention. The 1941 no-mint mark wheat penny isn't just a coin. It's a bridge between America's past and your future prosperity. If you love uncovering stories of rare coins and hidden fortunes, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Because next time, we're diving into another American treasure that's breaking records and changing lives. Imagine finding a small, ordinary-looking penny sitting in your change jar, brown, aged, unassuming. Now, what if I told you that very same penny could be worth $875,000? Yes, you heard that right. Nearly $1 million from a single coin minted in 1946. Shocking? Absolutely. Impossible? Not at all. Welcome to the fascinating world of rare U.S. coins, where history, error, and chance collide, and where everyday Americans are turning pocket change into life-changing fortunes. Today, we're uncovering the story behind one of the most mysterious and valuable coins in American history. The 1946 no-mint mark wheat penny. A coin so rare, collectors are scrambling to find even a trace of it. Now, before we dive in, let me ask you, when was the last time you checked your old coin jar, your attic box, or even your grandparents' drawer? Because after this video, you just might. The year was 1946. The world had just emerged from the shadow of World War II. The U.S. Mint was adjusting production, returning from wartime steel pennies to traditional bronze. And in that transition, something extraordinary happened in Philadelphia, where coins are typically struck without a mint mark. A small batch of error pennies slipped through. These weren't ordinary wheat pennies. They carried subtle die variations, striking misalignments, and metal inconsistencies that would later make them some of the most sought-after treasures in coin collecting. But here's the twist. No one realized their value, not for decades. These pennies circulated quietly through grocery stores, gas stations, and family piggy banks, each one passing hands unnoticed, until coin experts, armed with magnifiers and passion, began uncovering their secrets, and the legend of the 1946 no-mint mark wheat penny error was born. Now, this isn't your average collector's item. The rarest of these coins, flawless, preserved, and perfectly struck, have reached astonishing prices. Today, a pristine 1946 no-mint mark error penny has been valued at $875,000, commanding attention in top auction houses and private sales. And yes, the demand is only rising. It's incredible to think. A coin that once bought a stick of gum could now buy a luxury home. Now here's where it gets even more thrilling. The market for rare error coins has never been hotter. Collectors and investors are hunting down high-grade 1946 no-mint mark pennies with the intensity of modern-day gold prospectors. Why? Because these coins represent more than metal. They're tangible history, frozen moments from a time when America was rebuilding, innovating, and dreaming big. But here's the catch: the window of opportunity is closing. As more of these rare coins are discovered and bought by private collectors, fewer remain available for sale. And once they're gone, they're gone. That's what makes this moment so powerful. You could still be one of the few lucky people to uncover this hidden gem in your own collection. Imagine the feeling. Holding in your hand a piece of history that transforms into nearly $1 million. That's not luck. That's destiny meeting opportunity. And before you think, maybe it's too late, let me remind you, every year, new discoveries surface. Just recently, a coin collector in Ohio found one of these rare 1946 pennies tucked away in a relative's jar. It sold for 6 figures. So yes, lightning still strikes. And wait till you hear this. There's strong evidence that an even rarer variant of the 1946 error penny might still be out there, undiscovered. Could it be sitting in your home right now? So before you move on, take this as a sign. Go check your old coins. Look closely at your 1946 pennies. No mint mark, wheat reverse. Any slight imperfection or doubling could mean you're holding a small fortune. Collectors are waiting. Auction houses are watching. The value of rare error coins is climbing faster than ever before. Don't let history or wealth slip through your fingers. And if you're serious about transforming old coins into big money and building the wealthy lifestyle you've always imagined, make sure to subscribe right now. Because in our next video, we're revealing the hidden mint error that could make the 1950s pennies worth even more than this one. Imagine this. You're holding a simple, brown penny, one that's been sitting in your drawer, in a jar, or maybe even in your car's cup holder for years. But what if I told you that very coin could be worth more than a luxury home, up to $694,000? Sounds impossible, right? Yet, the 1948 no-mint mark wheat penny is defying expectations and rewriting coin history. Most people walk past this coin every day, unaware that they might be holding a small fortune right in their hands. But here's where things get exciting. This is not just another old penny. This is a rare gem that collectors are desperately chasing, and time might be running out to cash in on its skyrocketing value. Now, before we dive deep into what makes this coin worth nearly $700,000, let's pause for a second. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to turn pocket change into pure gold while others just spend it? It's not luck, it's knowledge. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and how to recognize the difference between an ordinary penny and a life-changing discovery. So stay with me because this might be the most profitable 10 minutes of your life. The year was 1948. America was rebuilding, factories were roaring again, and coins were being struck by the millions at the Philadelphia Mint. But among those countless pennies, a few slipped through the cracks, flawed, imperfect, yet destined for greatness. These were the 1948 no-mint mark wheat pennies, coins without a mint letter beneath the date, and with rare, fascinating errors that turned them into treasures. Some were double dies, where Lincoln's portrait appears slightly doubled. Others have striking off-center errors, die cracks, or even missing details that collectors today can't resist. Now, here's the kicker. The Philadelphia Mint didn't use mint marks in 1948, but what separates this coin from the ordinary is the perfection, or rather, the imperfection of its striking. A pristine, error-laden 1948 no-mint mark wheat penny graded by top certification agencies like PCGS or NGC can command mind-blowing prices. One pristine example recently stunned collectors, fetching nearly $694,000 at auction. Let that sink in. A single cent sold for almost $700,000. And this isn't just about history or luck, this is about demand. Every year, more collectors enter the market, more coins disappear into private collections, and fewer of these rare 1948 wheat pennies remain available. It's a classic case of supply and demand, and right now, demand is on fire. You might be sitting on a coin that's appreciating faster than some stocks or real estate investments. And here's a fun thought. While others are stressing over the markets, you could be quietly holding onto a coin that's outpacing them all. Now, you might be thinking, come on, it's just a penny. How rare can it be? Well, think of it this way. Have you ever seen someone accidentally throw away a winning lottery ticket? That's exactly what happens every single day when people overlook these wheat pennies. Somewhere out there, someone's using a $694,000 coin to scratch a lottery card. Irony? Absolutely. Here's where the story turns from discovery to opportunity. The value of the 1948 no-mint mark wheat penny isn't just about its metal or its design. It's about its story. Each coin that survives today carries decades of American history in its tiny frame, and collectors are willing to pay big money to own that story. But here's the part that should light a fire under you. These opportunities don't last forever. As more high-grade coins get graded and stored away, prices climb higher, and availability drops sharply. So the question isn't, is this penny worth something? It's, are you going to check your collection before someone else finds yours? Imagine the feeling of sending in what you thought was an ordinary penny and receiving a valuation that changes your life. That moment of realization, the disbelief, the rush of excitement, the sense that you've just unlocked a secret fortune hidden in plain sight. That's the dream of every coin hunter, and it's completely real. Don't wait. Go through your old jars, your family's coin albums, that dusty drawer in your desk. Examine every 1948 no-mint mark wheat penny you can find. Look for doubling in Lincoln's features, misaligned strikes, or unusual surfaces. Because the difference between a 1-cent coin and a $694,000 payday could be just a small minting error away. And here's the twist. There's another wheat penny from just a few years later that's breaking all records right now. In fact, some experts believe its true value might soon pass $1 million. Which one is it? Well, that's a story for the next video. And trust me, you'll want to see it before someone else cashes in. So subscribe, stay curious, and remember, sometimes the smallest things in life, like a simple penny, can hold the greatest treasures of all. Imagine holding an old penny in your hand, a coin you've probably ignored 1,000 times, tossed in a drawer, or used to balance a wobbly table leg. Now, what if I told you that one of those ordinary-looking pennies could be worth nearly $1 million today? Yes, the 1950 wheat penny, a small copper treasure minted in Denver, has taken the coin-collecting world by storm. Some rare errors on this coin have pushed its market value to a jaw-dropping $967,000, and collectors are racing to find the next hidden gem. But here's the question that should give you goosebumps. Could you have one of these rare coins sitting quietly in a forgotten jar somewhere in your home? Let's rewind to 1950. America was rebuilding after World War II. The economy was booming, people were dreaming big, and every cent mattered. Yet, Deep inside the Denver Mint, something unexpected happened. A small error, nearly invisible to the naked eye, would one day turn ordinary copper into gold, figuratively speaking. These 1950 wheat pennies weren't just coins. They were time capsules carrying the spirit of post-war America. But what makes some of them worth almost $1 million? It's not just their age, it's their story. Some of these coins left the mint with striking errors, double dies, misaligned lettering, or even missing details on Lincoln's portrait. These tiny imperfections, once dismissed as mint mishaps, are now the very reason collectors are paying life-changing money to own them. And here's where it gets even more thrilling. One of these rare pennies recently made headlines for being auctioned at an eye-popping $967,000. Imagine the look on the seller's face when they realized that old coin from Grandpa's collection was worth more than a luxury home in Miami. Now, here's the emotional truth. Most people will never even look closely at their spare change. Fear of missing out starts right there. Every single day, someone unknowingly spends a fortune disguised as a penny. So, ask yourself, when was the last time you really checked the coins lying around your house? The demand for rare coins in the US has never been higher. Investors, collectors, and even celebrities are joining the hunt for historical pieces like the 1950 wheat penny. Why? Because tangible assets like rare coins don't just hold value, they grow it. While the world chases volatile stocks and crypto trends, smart money quietly hides in copper and silver. And this particular penny, this modest, reddish-brown circle of history, has captured the hearts of collectors because of its story, its scarcity, and its potential to unlock wealth in the most unexpected places. Imagine turning an old shoebox find into generational wealth. Sounds unreal? Well, someone already did. But let's add a little humor to lighten the tension. If you're suddenly looking at your coin jar right now, don't worry. You're not alone. Half the people watching this video are probably doing the same thing. Maybe that jar isn't just for laundry quarters anymore. It might just be your golden ticket. This is the moment where curiosity turns into action. Because if you're serious about creating wealth, if you truly believe in finding opportunity where others see nothing, this is your wake-up call. The 1950 wheat penny with error varieties has become a symbol of hidden fortune. Collectors are actively seeking them, prices are climbing, and the market is more competitive than ever. Think about it. Every day that passes could be the day someone else finds that $1 million penny you overlooked. That's the fear that drives collectors, and the excitement that fuels investors. So, what should you do? Start with awareness. Check your old coins, especially any 1950 wheat pennies. Examine the details, the D mint mark, the lettering, Lincoln's image. And when you find something unusual, don't dismiss it. Have it appraised by a reputable expert or submit it for grading through a trusted service. Because that one coin, that one rare, forgotten penny, could rewrite your financial story forever. But here's the ultimate cliffhanger. Somewhere in the United States, there are still 1950 error pennies waiting to be discovered. Could the next one be yours? Life rewards those who look closer, who notice the details others miss. The 1950 wheat penny isn't just a rare coin. It's proof that extraordinary value can hide in the most ordinary things. So, if you believe in luck, timing, and legacy, don't wait another day. Go find your treasure. Because the next story of a $967,000 penny could start with you. Imagine walking into your attic one quiet afternoon, opening an old cigar box your grandfather left behind, and inside, nestled between dusty baseball cards and faded photos, lies a small, brown coin, a 1953 wheat penny. You think it's just another old penny, worth a cent at best. But what if I told you that very coin could be worth an astounding $755,000 today? Yes, you heard that right, one single penny, worth more than a luxury home. Welcome back to the channel where ordinary people discover extraordinary fortune in the most unexpected places. Their own pocket change. If you're someone who dreams of living a wealthy lifestyle, traveling the world, and finally cashing in on hidden treasures, then this video could be your wake-up call. Because today we're diving deep into the story of the 1953 wheat penny, a coin that has sent shockwaves through the numismatic world. But before we get too far ahead, let me ask you, when was the last time you actually looked at your pennies? Maybe you've been throwing them into a jar, thinking they're worthless. But what if that jar is your golden ticket? Keep watching, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why collectors are paying small fortunes for a single 1953 D penny, and how you might be sitting on one right now. Now, let's rewind to 1953. The US Mint in Denver was producing millions of pennies, over 700 million to be exact. Most were ordinary. But as any serious collector knows, not all coins are created equal. Somewhere in the minting process, a few coins slipped through the cracks, struck with rare errors that make them unlike any others. These are the legendary 1953 D wheat pennies that today command hundreds of thousands of dollars. One of the most talked about errors is the double die strike, where the design, Lincoln's face, the inscriptions, even the D mint mark appears doubled. This mistake gives the coin a ghostly, almost 3D appearance. It's a visual quirk that makes collectors' hearts race. And when one of these rare 1953 D double die errors surfaced in near-perfect condition, it sold for an astonishing $755,000. Now, here's where it gets thrilling. These coins were minted in such small error batches that no one truly knows how many exist. That uncertainty fuels demand. Every time a 1953 D penny shows up at an auction, it sets off a bidding war. Collectors know these are more than coins. They're pieces of American history and symbols of pure luck and timing. Think about it. A small, copper coin, something most people overlook, suddenly becomes the key to financial freedom. Sounds unbelievable, right? But it's happening, quietly, right now. And the question is, are you paying attention? Let's pause for a moment. Imagine if you found one. How would your life change? Would you pay off your debts? Buy your dream car? Or maybe finally retire early and enjoy the freedom you've worked your whole life for? The truth is, stories like this are no longer rare. People just like you have turned forgotten coins into life-changing opportunities. And here's a pattern interrupt for you. You know what's funny? Some people spend hours chasing crypto trends, scrolling through stock charts, while their fortune might literally be hiding in the junk drawer next to the paper clips. Isn't that wild? Now, let's get to the heart of the matter. How do you know if your 1953 D wheat penny could be worth hundreds of thousands? Start by checking for errors, doubling on the date, on Lincoln's eye, or on the D mint mark. Look for a bold, sharp strike, minimal wear, and that telltale wheat reverse design that defines this era. Collectors are currently paying top dollar, especially for high-grade examples certified by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. The market is booming, and demand for early Lincoln wheat pennies with errors is higher than ever. In fact, some experts believe we're entering a new golden age of coin collecting, where nostalgia, scarcity, and investment power collide. And here's the best part. Every day that passes, these coins become rarer. Every damaged or lost penny makes the remaining ones more valuable. It's like holding a ticking time bomb of wealth in your hand. That's why the smartest collectors are acting now, before prices soar even higher. So, ask yourself, what's sitting in your pocket change right now? Could you be holding a 1953 D wheat penny worth $755,000? The only way to find out is to look. Because the truth is, wealth doesn't always announce itself with flashing lights or fancy packaging. Sometimes, it hides in plain sight, in the smallest, most ordinary things. If this story has you inspired to dig deeper into your own collection, don't wait another day. Start searching, start learning, and who knows, the next big discovery might have your name on it. Remember, fortune favors the curious. And when opportunity whispers, the wise don't ignore it. So stay curious, stay driven, and as always, keep your eyes on the coins that could change your life forever. Because the next 1953 D wheat penny could be sitting in your hands right now. Imagine holding a simple, copper-colored penny, something you might have tossed into a jar years ago without a second thought. Now imagine discovering that same coin could be worth nearly $789,000. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, buckle up, because today, we're diving into the story of the 1954 D wheat penny, a coin that's quietly making waves in the world of rare collectibles. And if you've ever wondered whether you could be sitting on a small fortune without realizing it, this might just be your wake-up call. But before we go further, here's a question for you. When was the last time you checked your change jar? No, seriously. Because if you've been ignoring those old pennies, you might just be walking past your ticket to a luxurious, debt-free life. Now, I know what you're thinking. A penny worth almost $800,000? That's got to be a myth. But stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll see why this rare 1954 wheat penny is commanding staggering prices and how you can spot one before someone else does. And trust me, you'll want to stick around to the very end, because I'll reveal the exact features that could transform an ordinary coin into a once-in-a-lifetime jackpot. The year was 1954. Dwight D. Eisenhower was president, Elvis Presley was just emerging, and the Denver Mint was hard at work striking millions of wheat pennies. Yet, hidden among the countless copper coins were a few mysterious errors, subtle imperfections that collectors today are paying fortunes for. These weren't mistakes of carelessness. They were accidents of history. A double die here, a repunched mint mark there. Tiny anomalies that turned everyday coins into prized treasures. One of these rare gems is the 1954 wheat penny error coin. Some examples show doubling on the date, while others reveal fascinating misstrikes or off-center designs. And here's where it gets thrilling. When these coins appear in pristine, uncirculated condition, their value skyrockets beyond imagination. One recent sale sent shockwaves through the numismatic world when a flawless specimen fetched an unbelievable $789,000. Yes, nearly $800,000 for a single penny. Now, imagine the story behind that coin. The decades it might have spent hidden in a cigar box, forgotten in a drawer, or resting quietly in someone's old coin album. It's almost poetic to think that something so small, so ordinary, could hold the power to change someone's financial destiny. And that's the beauty of rare coins. They remind us that value isn't always about what's new or shiny, but what's rare and undiscovered. By the way, if you're starting to glance over at that jar of pennies on your desk, don't worry, you're not alone. Even seasoned collectors admit that the thrill of the hunt never fades. And who knows, you could be one lucky finder away from a six-figure payday. So, what makes the 1954 wheat penny such a powerhouse in today's market? The simple, rarity meets condition. The demand among elite collectors has surged dramatically, especially as investors look for tangible assets in uncertain economic times. Gold and silver? Sure. But a rare, authenticated penny that tells a story of American craftsmanship and history? That's a whole different level of prestige. Every time one of these error pennies hits the auction block, bidding wars ignite. Wealthy collectors, private investors, even museums are in fierce competition to secure these numismatic marvels. And here's where you come in, because the next high-value coin could very well be in your possession. All it takes is curiosity, a bit of knowledge, and the courage to take a closer look. But let's be honest, time is not on everyone's side. As more of these coins are discovered, the market will evolve. The early sellers, the ones who act now, stand to gain the most. So, don't wait for someone else to find your fortune first. Here's a thought to end on. Somewhere out there, another person is watching this very same video, maybe reaching for a handful of change just like you. One of you might uncover a rare 1954 wheat penny worth nearly $789,000. The difference? Only one of you will check. If you're ready to turn forgotten coins into real wealth, stay tuned. Because in our next video, we'll uncover another coin even rarer and potentially more valuable than this one. Until then, keep searching, keep believing, and remember, fortune favors those who look closer. Imagine holding a single penny in your hand, a coin so ordinary, so familiar, yet secretly worth nearly $700,000. What if that penny, sitting unnoticed in your change jar or tucked away in your grandparents' old collection, could transform your financial destiny? Stay tuned, because today, we're uncovering the mystery, the magic, and the money behind the legendary 1955 wheat penny, one of the most sought-after U.S. coin errors in history. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's just a penny. How can it be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? But trust me, by the end of this video, you'll not only understand why, you might just find yourself digging through every old coin you own. Because once you see how rare this error is, and what collectors are paying right now in 2025, You'll realize opportunities like this don't come twice in a lifetime. Think about it. How many times have you dropped a penny on the floor and thought, not worth picking up? Well, after today, you might just start picking them up with a magnifying glass and a heartbeat that's racing like a jackpot winner. The story begins in 1955, deep inside the Denver Mint, a time when America was booming, the post-war economy was thriving, and millions of coins were being struck each day. But amidst the rhythmic clanging of the presses, a small, almost invisible mistake happened. A minting error so rare that only a handful of coins survived in circulation. That's what gives the 1955 wheat penny its incredible value today. Collectors call this particular error a die misalignment and overstrike anomaly, meaning that part of the design was accidentally doubled or imprinted unevenly during the striking process. To the untrained eye, it might look like a faint blur or shadow around the date or lettering, but to coin experts, that subtle imperfection is pure gold. And when you combine that with the historical weight of the 1950s minting process, you've got a collector's dream, an error born from precision gone wrong. Today, a pristine example of the 1955 wheat penny error coin can fetch up to $689,000 in private auctions and collector sales. Yes, you heard that right, nearly $700,000 for a single cent. And that's not just hype. In fact, demand has surged dramatically in the last few years, as more Americans are rediscovering the treasure hidden in their own drawers, wallets, and coin albums. But here's where it gets even more thrilling, because not every 1955 penny is created equal. There's one tiny detail, one almost invisible marker, that separates the common from the legendary. And if you spot it, your life could change overnight. So what should you be looking for? Experts recommend examining the date and mint mark under a magnifier. In the ultra-rare variant, the D mint mark sits slightly off-center, showing traces of a repunched mint mark, almost like a ghostly double impression. The 5 in 1955 often shows doubling as well. And if your coin has that distinct shadow effect, the kind that almost glows when light hits it, congratulations, you could be holding a once-in-a-lifetime rarity. Now, let's talk about why this coin's market value has skyrocketed to $689,000. The rare coin market has exploded as wealthy collectors compete for the last few error coins still in circulation. High-net-worth buyers are treating coins like portable assets, and the 1955 wheat penny is one of the crown jewels in that movement. Every year, fewer authentic examples appear for sale, and that's creating a sense of urgency. When supply drops and passion rises, prices soar. So, before you rush to check under your couch cushions, just remember, the coin fairy doesn't leave these in your pocket by accident. But seriously, the best part? You don't need to be an expert to start looking. You just need curiosity, patience, and maybe a bright desk lamp. The truth is, wealth doesn't always come from what we earn. Sometimes, it's hiding in plain sight. The humble penny, once dismissed as worthless, is now a symbol of opportunity, patience, and possibility. This coin represents the American dream itself. That with knowledge, awareness, and timing, anyone, yes, anyone, can turn something small into something extraordinary. So tonight, go check your change jar, your drawers, your coin albums. You never know what you might find. And if you do spot a 1955 wheat penny, handle it with care, get it professionally graded, and remember, fortune favors the observant. Because while most people are chasing trends and get-rich-quick schemes, you'll be among the few who understand that real wealth often hides in history. And if you think this penny is impressive, wait until you see the next coin we're featuring. A coin so rare, collectors have called it the Holy Grail of American minting. You don't want to miss it. This is your moment to rediscover history, unlock hidden value, and maybe, just maybe, change your story forever. Because sometimes one penny can make you a millionaire. Imagine holding a single penny in your hand, just 1 cent. Now imagine that same penny being worth nearly $1 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? But what if I told you, somewhere in a forgotten jar or an old drawer in your home, you could be holding a 1955 no-mint mark wheat penny, a coin so rare and mysterious that collectors across America are fighting to own it. This isn't just pocket change. This is a golden ticket disguised as copper. And today, I'm going to show you why this tiny coin has taken the world by storm, and why its current market value has skyrocketed to a jaw-dropping $967,000. Before you rush to your coin jar, let me ask you this. Have you ever ignored something small, only to realize later it was priceless? Well, the 1955 wheat penny is the perfect reminder that fortune doesn't always shout. Sometimes it whispers. Let's rewind to the mid-1950s. Post-war America, optimism in the air, factories roaring, and millions of Lincoln pennies rolling off the presses at the Philadelphia Mint. But amid the rush, something went terribly wrong, or rather, terribly right for collectors. Due to a mechanical misalignment in the minting press, a batch of pennies came out double-struck, creating the now famous 1955 double die error. Lincoln's face appeared shadowed, his inscriptions ghosted. To the untrained eye, it might look like a smudge, but to experts, it's a masterpiece of accidental art. And here's the twist. Many of these error pennies slipped unnoticed into circulation. Imagine paying for a cup of coffee with one, and the barista unknowingly pocketing a small fortune. That's exactly what happened in countless diners and stores across America. But today, these coins are no joke. In pristine, uncirculated condition, the 1955 no-mint mark wheat penny commands nearly $1 million at auctions. Even worn examples can fetch thousands. And with each passing year, the number of surviving coins dwindles, driving collectors into a frenzy to secure what little remains. This isn't just about metal. It's about history, rarity, and desire. Every coin tells a story, and this one tells a story of imperfection turned into unimaginable wealth. Now, let's pause and reflect. How many times have you walked past opportunity simply because it didn't shine? The truth is, fortune doesn't always come in gold, it can come in copper. Right now, the market for rare US coins is booming. Collectors, investors, and even high-end lifestyle enthusiasts are hunting for the next big discovery. The 1955 wheat penny isn't just a collectible. It's a status symbol, a conversation starter, and a gateway into a world where wealth hides in the most unexpected places. And here's the real question. Could you be sitting on one right now? Is there a forgotten penny jar in your home holding a coin worth $967,000? If there is, and you sell it, how would your life change? Would you travel more, invest more, or finally live the freedom you've been dreaming of? So before you dismiss the pennies in your home, take a closer look. That dull copper shine could be your doorway to wealth. The 1955 no-mint mark wheat penny stands as living proof that history still hides treasures in plain sight, and those who take the time to look win big. Because in the world of rare coins, every cent counts, and sometimes, just 1 cent can change everything. If you enjoyed uncovering the mystery of the 1955 no-mint mark wheat penny, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications, because the next story might just lead you to your own $1 million discovery. Have you ever wondered if that small copper coin sitting in your old drawer could be the key to a wealthy future? Imagine finding a 1957 D wheat penny in your pocket change and discovering it's worth over $758,000. Yes, you heard that right, $750,000 for a single penny. Sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? But the truth is, this rare coin has become one of the most sought-after treasures in the coin-collecting world. A symbol of hidden fortune waiting to be uncovered by ordinary people just like you. Now before you rush to check your piggy bank, let's dive deeper. Because behind this tiny coin lies a story of minting mistakes, historical rarity, and pure opportunity. The kind that transforms everyday finds into life-changing discoveries. Stay with me because by the end of this video you'll know exactly what to look for, and how you might just hold a $758,000 masterpiece in your hand. To truly understand the power of the 1957 D wheat penny, let's step back in time to Denver, 1957. The United States was booming. Eisenhower was president, the economy was strong, and the Denver Mint was producing millions of Lincoln wheat pennies. But in that sea of copper coins, something extraordinary happened. A few of those pennies were struck with subtle yet powerful errors, imperfections that turned them from common change into priceless collector's gold. One of the most coveted errors is the double die obverse, where Lincoln's image appears ever so slightly doubled, creating a ghostly effect visible under light. Others show repunched mint marks or die cracks, small scars that tell the story of imperfection made perfect through rarity. These are not just coins, they are historical artifacts, born from a moment of human error and mechanical magic. Now, here's where things get exciting. Collectors across the US are racing to find these coins before they disappear into private collections forever. Prices have surged dramatically, and the 1957 D-era penny, once worth just a cent, now commands nearly $758,000 in auctions. That's more than the price of a luxury home, all for something that could be hiding in an old coffee can, a family coin jar, or your grandparents' attic. But before you start tearing through your change jar, take a breath, because here's the secret that separates those who strike gold from those who overlook it. Collectors who find these rare coins don't stumble upon them by chance. They recognize value when others see none. They understand that wealth isn't always created in boardrooms or the stock market. Sometimes, it's sitting quietly in your pocket. The 1957 D-Wheat penny reminds us that history and fortune are often intertwined, and that attention to detail can literally pay off in hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, here's your challenge. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Take a few minutes today. Pull out that old coin collection, shine a light on your wheat pennies, and look closely for the telltale signs. The doubling, the repunched mint mark, the tiny cracks that mark rarity. Because while most people will scroll past videos like this, you might be the one who actually acts on it. And if you find the right coin, your next phone call could be to a high-end auction house, not your 9-to-5. Imagine holding that shiny copper penny in your hand, knowing it's worth over $758,000. What would you do next? Pay off your mortgage? Buy your dream car? Or finally take that trip you've been postponing for years? The possibilities are endless, but the opportunity won't last forever. Rare coins like these are being snapped up faster than ever. So before you close this video, remember this: every legendary discovery started with a single curious look. Don't wait for luck, create it. If you're ready to uncover the hidden fortune that could change your life, hit that subscribe button and join the growing community of people turning their passion for coins into wealth. Because sometimes the smallest things hold the biggest value. And who knows, the next 1957 D-Wheat penny worth $758,000 could be in your hands right now. Have you ever wondered if a simple penny hiding in your drawer could change your life forever? Imagine this: a small, unassuming coin, a 1958 no-mint mark wheat penny, sitting quietly among your old change. But what if I told you that this humble piece of copper could be worth a jaw-dropping $845,000 today? Yes, that's right, nearly $1 million from a single coin that once bought a stick of gum. So before you spend another penny without looking, listen carefully, because this story might just make you a fortune. Now, I know what you're thinking. How can an ordinary penny from 1958 possibly be worth that much? The truth is, not all pennies are created equal. In fact, this particular 1958 wheat penny with no mint mark is one of the most coveted and mysterious coins ever struck by the US Mint. Its history is shrouded in rarity, its details whispered about by collectors and experts who understand the hidden patterns of value that most people overlook. It's not about luck. It's about knowledge. And in the next few minutes, you're going to discover how an ordinary piece of pocket change transformed into a symbol of wealth, rarity, and opportunity. The 1958 no-mint mark wheat penny was the last of its kind, the final year of the beloved wheat design before the Lincoln Memorial reverse took over in 1959. That alone gives it a nostalgic charm. But the real reason this penny commands astronomical prices lies in a rare minting error, a doubling of design details so precise, so subtle, that only a handful of collectors ever noticed. These doubling errors, known as double die obverse, are what make this coin so extraordinary. In fact, one of these rare 1958 wheat pennies was auctioned for $1.14 million, while another example is currently valued around $845,000, making it one of the most valuable Lincoln cents in existence. That's not hype, that's history. Picture this: you're sorting through an old coin jar, maybe from your grandparents or that dusty box in your attic, and you spot a 1958 penny with no mint mark. You pick it up, and something about it feels different. The lettering Liberty or the date might show a faint doubling. Your heart skips. Could it be? That moment of discovery, that pulse of excitement, is what drives collectors across America. Because hidden among billions of coins are those few that rewrite your financial story. And if you think this is just for coin nerds, think again. Wealthy collectors, investors, even celebrities are entering the numismatic world because they understand something powerful. Rare coins aren't just collectibles. They're tangible assets. Their value grows while paper money loses purchasing power. Now, I've got to warn you, this is where it gets intense. Because as word spreads, the demand for these rare error coins is skyrocketing. Prices are rising, auctions are heating up, and opportunities are slipping away fast. The question is, will you recognize one before it's gone? Here's the beauty of it all. You don't need a museum or a millionaire's collection to find treasure. You need curiosity, a good eye, and a little bit of guidance. Every day, someone in America stumbles upon a coin worth hundreds of thousands without realizing it. That could be you, if you take action. Before you go rushing to spend that old jar of pennies, take a closer look. Use a magnifier, good lighting, and check for any signs of doubling on the Liberty, or in God we trust. Even a faint variation could signal a life-changing find. And if you're unsure, don't worry. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can authenticate your coin, confirming its true market value. Now, here's a thought. Imagine standing at an auction house, heart racing, as the bidding climbs higher and higher. $100, $000, $300, $000, $500, $000, until the hammer drops at nearly $845,000, and that winning coin is yours. That's not fantasy. That's the power of knowledge, timing, and belief in hidden value. So, as you watch this, ask yourself, how many treasures are you overlooking in your daily life? The 1958 no-mint mark wheat penny reminds us that fortune often hides in plain sight. Sometimes, the smallest things carry the greatest worth. Don't wait for tomorrow to start looking. Check your coins today, because while most people see pennies as pocket change, the wise ones see them as opportunities. Gateways to wealth, legacy, and freedom. And who knows? Maybe the next time you reach into your pocket, you'll be holding not just a coin, but a piece of history worth nearly $1 million. Stay inspired, stay curious, and keep searching, because treasures don't announce themselves. They wait for those who dare to look. Before you go, let me leave you with this. If a 1958 wheat penny can be worth nearly $1 million, wait until you hear what's hiding in the 1972 double-die Lincoln cent. Some of those are breaking six figures, and you might already have one.